So the other day I heard that the Cybercab was going to be at the Vancouver Auto Show. So I bought a ticket and I invited a few friends, and I was planning a video. I was going to vlog the experience for everyone. If you don't know, the Cybercab doesn't have a steering wheel. It's going to be a robo-taxi. It's a really exciting product that's coming, and I couldn't wait to see it. But you might also know, unless you've been living under a rock, that for the last few weeks, radical leftists have been vandalizing, setting fire, a lot of inciting of violence against Tesla products. Basically every morning I wake up and some Teslas were lit on fire in a different city. And this has been going on for the last few weeks. It's their response to politics and the current situation. They link Trump to Elon and they link Elon to Tesla. And so they've decided to target Tesla with acts of violence to try and make their ideas known, or to make it known that they disagree with ideas of Republicans or of Elon or of Trump. That's a whole nother subject, but over the last few weeks there's been this violence, and so today the Vancouver Auto Show kicked Tesla out of the auto show, and their statement was that they were worried about the safety of the exhibitors, the staff, and the people who were attending the event. And in their statement, they specifically said that Tesla was given multiple opportunities to voluntarily withdraw from the event. And I thought that was a really interesting statement to include. And I think the reason that they included that statement is because they think they're basically suggesting that Tesla should have withdrawn based on all of the violence. And so that's something that I want to talk about. Should Tesla have withdrawn to protect the exhibitors, to protect the staff? I think in some ways if Tesla withdraws from the event, that gives power to the terrorism. It sort of gives them a voice. I think if you go on with the event, who in their right mind would be stupid enough to walk into a public convention and commit an act of violence against a little Tesla booth that's just showing customers their vehicles? I mean, that's just asking to get imprisoned. Trump said that any vandalism against Tesla is now domestic terrorism, which can get you 20 years in prison. Who in their right mind would do that at a public convention? I bought a ticket and that didn't even cross my mind. And I'm not going to get a refund on the ticket now. They said no refunds, and I don't want to go anymore because Tesla was the only reason I was going to go. But they voluntarily gave Tesla some opportunities to withdraw. Tesla didn't, and so they said, well, we don't want you guys here, so you guys are kicked out. And I know a guy who was setting up the booth there, so they all had to take it down. So now, if I put myself in the shoes of the showrunner, let's say I have no affiliations with Tesla, like what would I do in this situation? I can understand their position. There's a woman named like Jen Gagnon. She's in charge of organizing Tesla takedown events in Vancouver, and she was being very vocal about how she did not want Tesla to have a booth at this auto show, and she was writing tweets, sending them emails, and who knows what other type of emails they got. Maybe people were sending them emails anonymously being like, I'm going to bring a bomb to this event. Like, that's how serious this push against Tesla has been in the last few weeks. So if they were getting those kinds of emails, then I can understand why they would not want Tesla at the event. But I just feel like it would have been so easy to put some security at the door where you just check people's bags before they come in and done. Like, Tesla could be at the event. I feel like if you do that, you're saying no to terrorism, and you're not telling people that violence wins. But by kicking Tesla out of the event, it shows people that violence can be a way to get what you want. And to me, that doesn't sit right with me necessarily. So all this has just made me a little sad because I was looking forward to it. I was looking forward to getting to see the Cybercab and showing it to you guys. And one thing I want to say to investors is just that, like, I'm glad that all of this terrorism, I'm not glad that there's terrorism, but I'm glad that the terrorism is happening now rather than later. If it was to happen when Robotaxi and Optimus are already coming to scale, I think that investors would be more lenient in looking past all of the stigma and pessimism and terrorism that's going on against Tesla right now. But because those products haven't come out yet and they're still a little bit speculative in some minds to people, I think we've seen the stock drop by 50% in the last 2 months. 2 months ago, Tesla stock was double the price it is right now. And guess what? Nothing has changed with the Robotaxi or the Optimus story. And that's creating a crazy buying opportunity. Because what can happen in these next couple of months as the internet and the Tesla community has continued to catch these guys. A lot of people don't know that Teslas have 8 cameras pointed in every direction. They're walking up to Teslas and they're keying them, and they have no idea that their face is on camera. Vandalizing a Tesla is now domestic terrorism, so we're seeing these guys get put away for a long time. One guy got 20 years in prison for throwing a Molotov cocktail at a Tesla showroom. So I'm happy that we're going to put these guys away now. And what I'm hoping happens, I'm hoping that these radical leftists eventually see that the consequences outweigh the crime, and that by the time that Robotaxi and Optimus are coming to scale, that these things are in the past and that they'll just leave Tesla products alone, as they should. So yeah guys, it's been a tough couple of weeks for all of us, just seeing all of the violence. Just keep retweeting any crimes that you see, and we'll just keep watching these arrests come through, and hopefully things sort of unravel and Elon can complete his work with Doge, and that people will see that exposing the waste and fraud in the government is a good thing. I think they've already saved over $200 billion in waste and fraud and spending, and that number is continuing to rise. So we just have to remember that the truth always wins, that Elon's doing a good thing, and while his brand has become a target, Trump is showing his support, and he bought a Tesla, and that's showing a lot of Republicans the Tesla brand, and they're getting exposed to it, and they're buying one because they love pissing off liberals so much, which is hilarious. Today I saw a video of a guy coal rolling an entire slate of Tesla protesters. They used to coal roll Teslas, and now they're coal rolling Tesla protesters. So that's how fast things have flipped, and you put it into perspective. The one problem with all this is, like, the Tesla product is so good that over time, eventually, the product itself could have converted Republicans, but things got accelerated by all of these political events. And now the liberals are so full of hate that they're being turned off from the brand, but not all liberals. There's a very small portion, and the Google trends suggest that interest in Teslas is only rising in the last few weeks, because I think people are getting to know Elon more, as he's evidently making some big sacrifices in what he's doing. So anyways, I need to land the plane on this video. The last thing I'm going to leave you with, guys, is just to ignore the noise and remember that nothing's changed with Optimus and Robotaxi in the last 2 months, and the stock has gotten cut in half. That's what I'll leave you guys with. If you guys want to leave me with anything, let me know. I'll talk to you guys later.